Hello everyone, it's Tania Gabrielle here, Wealth Astrologist. Welcome to Star Codes, and today we're going to focus on a really big theme, the total solar eclipse in Cancer that's going to impact us for the next 6 months. You know, when we have a total solar eclipse, it really indicates new beginnings because it's a new moon. And it actually has a 6-month impact on us as opposed to the regular new moon, which has a 4-week impact on us. So this forecast will be really for the second half of 2019, since the total eclipse happens on July 2nd at the onset of our second half. So this is the perfect time to start fresh, set new goals, new directions, listen to original inspiration. You'll see why in a moment the breakthrough factor and the freedom factor is so strong. You're going to inject your life with a major surge of passion and enthusiasm. And no, you don't need to be a Cancer to benefit from this forecast. You have Cancer somewhere in your birth chart. So in that area of your life, you will be impacted. So this forecast is for everyone. Now, this total solar eclipse, this new moon eclipse, is invigorating, awakening, it's healing. We're going to dive into all the details and how they're going to impact you in a minute. Plus, we'll cover several fortunate planetary transits. These are meetups between planets or a meetup with the eclipse itself, including a fabulous sextile from the new moon eclipse to Uranus, which is going to really ignite your quest for adventure, risk, and freedom. Now, there's also a 10-degree placement of the eclipse, which activates another number in July, which really initiates the new beginnings factor. And we'll also focus on how you're going to enhance your life, step it up to a new level over the next 6 months, meaning what is the deep message here for you that's being set in play now. And as usual, we're going to end with powerful tips and takeaways on what you can do specifically to leverage the star codes in your professional and personal life. So that's what we're covering in today's episode. Just know that this total eclipse is really raising your vibrations. And because of its harmonious contact to Uranus, you're focusing on your future. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. We're moving into the Aquarian age. Aquarius governs your future. It governs the 11th house in astrology. And as a result, questions about your destiny, what your purpose is, are bound to appear now and in the next 6 months. Now, fortunately, your destiny is described by the total of your letters in your birth name, and your purpose is described by the total of your numbers in your birthday. That's your star code map. It's part of your star code map, and you can easily discover the secrets in your own personal star code in a free masterclass I've created for you. Just go to starcodeclass.com. It's a free class, and you can discover who you are at soul level and tap into future positive outcomes as they're mapped out in your personal cycles. It's all revealed for you at starcodeclass.com. All right, let's dive into our exciting topic today, the total solar eclipse in Cancer. Every year we have a new moon in Cancer, its own home sign, and this year it's a total eclipse. And this particular eclipse in Cancer falls during a time where there's an intensified shift in Cancer Capricorn. Cancer and Capricorn are deeply activated this year and all throughout next year, 2020, in one of the most powerful astrological events that humanity's experienced in a long time. The last time that this happened was 500 years ago when Martin Luther broke away from the Catholic Church in 1518. And this time around, we have several more aspects that are created in a very powerful conjunction in Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is opposite Cancer, so anything that happens in Capricorn is reflected on the other side in Cancer. So this Cancer eclipse precedes a Capricorn full moon eclipse in mid-July. And then at the end of the year, we have a couple more eclipses in Cancer, Capricorn right before the big event takes place in early January. So it's a really powerful lineup, and I talk about it in almost every episode because it is so huge in terms of what you're undergoing in your life, how you're shifting in your life. So let's take a closer look at Cancer first. Cancer is a very private, internal sign of emotional security. Whereas Cancer describes your internal frame of reference, Capricorn takes that and makes it public in a career setting. So during this eclipse in Cancer, since it's sextile Uranus, your frame of reference is going to shift into a new positive landscape that is devoid of fear. So you're going to become a lot more fearless, which is super exciting, especially in the realm that Cancer governs, which is home, family, and your gut instincts. Now, Cancer likes to feel safe. It needs to belong. It needs to feel like it belongs. It needs to feel protected. So security is a big factor with Cancer. And Cancer also nurtures new beginnings and growth. So it is a cardinal sign. It begins the season of summer in the Northern Hemisphere, and it goes deeply into the enjoyment of family, and also that will trigger caring, empathy, feeling vulnerable amidst deeper conversations that are more heart-centered. Cancer is governed by the moon, which is the mother energy, which is about feelings and nurturing. And so your feelings are heightened. Your moods can be more changeable when Cancer is activated. You have more heart-centered awareness. You have more tenderness and kindness. So since Cancer is governed by the actual moon, and the moon represents the mother, you are focused on caring for yourself and caring for others more. And the moon, being the ruler, coming home to its own home sign, is in this case connected to loving, to affection. Now, the shadow side of Cancer is being clingy, insecure, possessive, too cautious, going into the Cancer shell, like hiding, afraid of rejection. So really wanting to have people love you and not criticize you. So, and that fear of rejection can interfere with the setting of clear goals because you're too beholden on what the external is saying about you or feels about you, and you take that more seriously than your internal compass. That's the shadow side. Now, when you nurture yourself and now allow yourself to be nurtured and open up and are vulnerable, that's when your inner strength is renewed and revitalized. So during this time, that's what you want to look at. You want to enjoy time with family and loved ones, soul family, whatever family means to you. Family now is a word that encompasses a lot more than just our genetic family. So hang out with those people who are nurturing to you and avoid those people who are cutting you down. I mean, you want to avoid those anyway, but especially around this time, you'll really notice who you resonate with at soul level, and you want to nurture those relationships, right? Now, this new moon takes place at 10 degrees in Cancer, almost 11 degrees, but it is 10 degrees, and July is a 19 universal month in numerology, and 19, 1 plus 9 reduces to 10. So we have a 1010 code activated all month long, and actually it's in play for 6 months. So what does 10 mean? Well, 10 is the Wheel of Fortune number according to the ancients, which means you can manifest anything you desire. I call it the instant manifestation number. So it represents love and light. 1 and 0 is the male and female. It represents the ability to act and the ability to complete and listen and receive. So it is very, very powerful. And 19 is the Prince of Heaven number. That's what the ancients called it. When I say ancients, I mean the ancient Chaldean priests. And so the Prince of Heaven number described the sun. So number 19 describes our star. So here we have the moon and the sun represented in the astronumerology code, the two light bodies that represent our inner and outer. The sun and moon are the most important parts of our astrology chart. The sun is our sun sign. The moon is how we operate internally, intuitively, through our feelings. And so this is a very powerful code. So now let's check the exciting planetary contacts that are happening during the total eclipse. So the eclipse itself is sextile Uranus. I already mentioned that. And that's an incredible invitation to follow your instinct. Uranus is your intuition, and take risks. Uranus is the breakthrough planet of freedom and not walking the path that anybody else has walked. So you are going to other places, new dimensions, places that you have not experienced before, and you're doing so fearlessly. So open up to your inner genius. Uranus governs genius. The Cancer influence moon makes this a very domestic eclipse as well. So take opportunities that come your way to upgrade in all the areas that I mentioned Cancer governs. Now, your out-of-the-box inventiveness through Uranus brings insights and answers that you may have been seeking for a while. Uranus helps you uncover a critical missing link that connects all the dots for you. And it can happen all of a sudden because Uranus is a sudden breakthrough, lightning bolt kind of electric planet. So it's a fantastic time when you get these aha moments, right? These gut instincts that Cancer rules, to release those habits, to release those old paradigms, DNA frequencies that you've known are not working for you anymore. See, this is an up-leveling time. This is a time for a vibrational shift for everyone. And so it's a much easier time to release. You just understand that life is constantly giving you new vistas. And Uranus is giving you the vista of immense freedom to walk a new path. So the Sun sextile Uranus brings a much stronger desire to reform your life. And it brings the excitement to do so, the excitement to make new plans, because your love of freedom takes over and your inner independent spirit is ignited. So you're a lot more versatile, you're open, you're inquisitive. You really want to explore new perspectives, right? So you understand and are able to connect the dots to in those areas of life like astrology and numerology. It becomes a lot more easier to understand because your mind is open to experiencing a new way, another perspective, a new dimension. This is energetically really powerful. Now, the sun and moon are also square to Chiron, and Chiron is what I call the sacred healer. So healing through love is greatly enhanced over the next 6 months. So it's a great time to start therapy, any kind of therapy. It could be physical, emotional, spiritual, if you feel the call to do so. What you want to watch out for is not to be too hard on yourself, and make sure that the conversations that you engage in are caring and loving in order to not interfere with the healing process. So your inner spirituality through Chiron is being stimulated, which is the square, to awaken. And that is going to require your full attention for the next 6 months. Now, there are other planetary meetups that do not involve the sun and moon. One is Mercury square Uranus. Now, Mercury is conjunct to Mars in Leo during the square, and Leo is a fire sign. Mars governs Aries, another fire sign. So this is a really fired up moment, this square to Uranus for Mercury. So remember, Uranus is in a beautiful sextile to the actual eclipse itself. So Mercury is coming in and saying, don't be impatient. Guard against impatient conversations. If you feel nervous tension, then communicate with someone to clear out that energy. Remember, this is very much about release for the healing to take place. The pace of life will start to quicken after this eclipse, especially after July, because we do have a Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is actually starting to station at the time of this eclipse. And so what you want to do after the quickening begins for you is make sure you cross all T's, dot all I's in your communication with others. So this is going to be especially important during the retrograde in July. So any big decisions that you need to make during this time, I would say in July in general, just wait before making the decisions real. Just be very open to hearing and receiving, and then that unexpected nature of this transit will not take you off guard. It is really meant to stimulate you so you understand the process between your initial thoughts and your downloads and bringing them together and not letting them interfere with each other. So it's a huge activation. Now, Jupiter is square to Neptune during this wonderful total eclipse. And when Jupiter forms a square, it is extremely positive. It is acting on opportunities. And in this case, Jupiter is in his own sign of Sagittarius. Neptune is in its own sign of Pisces. So they're highly activated. They're much more in their element in general. So this square is very, very powerful. And it only happens every 6 years that we have the square to begin with. So to have both planets in their home signs is really cool. Now, all things soul-centered and spiritual are coming to the forefront and being expanded. So you, again, are going to question old beliefs, previous ways of doing things, previous ideas about deep subject matters, and you can even have a change of faith. I have talked about this before in previous episodes. So you want to guard against being in denial, avoiding the wisdom that you uncover, and not rushing to conclusions. You need to listen to this inspirational energy that's coming from Neptune and being converted in such a gorgeous way through Jupiter, through joy. So listen to what inspires you and fires you up, fires up your imagination. Really, really tune in to that creator in you. And that's what's going to keep you centered and grounded and on the course towards positive outcomes, right? This, of course, means you're also getting clarity around your own soul purpose, because that's what Neptune brings into play, is your connection to the rest of the galaxy, your connection to the universe. Neptune covers unconditional love and the spiritual dimensions that cover every star and planet in our galaxy and beyond. And that means your own soul-inspired gifts and the reason for your life, why you came and incarnated during this time, is being made clear as well. And especially the joyful aspect of it. So it's another reason to know your birth promise. It's another reason to understand your astronumerology birth code, because it gives you incredible insights into who you are, your career environment, how you're optimally designed to love, how you are designed to heal. So you can discover your divine destiny in this free class. So go check it out, starcodeclass.com. It's a really wonderful way to just dive into who you are, what your star code is. So now let's look at how you can take advantage of this amazing total solar eclipse. There's really, really good news, because the major planetary transit for all of 2019 is also in play. It's totally triggered right during the solar eclipse. In fact, it's happening almost at exactitude, only 1 degree apart, and that is Saturn sextile Neptune. This is really the strongest connection we have during this eclipse, besides the actual eclipse, which is the sun and moon coming together. So what I love about this meeting between Neptune and Saturn is that your goals are being spiritualized at the same time that they're being worked on and brought into physical manifestation. And in the process, you gain in both a practical and high vibrational way. Now, this aspect between Neptune and Saturn, this sextile, is present all year long. It is the defining transit of 2019. And it is all about making your dreams come true. Dreams is Neptune, come true is Saturn. So if you're willing to work and be patient, your soul-inspired dreams are being realized. And this eclipse in Cancer is putting you in touch with being both realistic and optimistic, both disciplined and motivated from the heart. Cancer governs the heart. So Saturn sextile Neptune is going to help you with unusual experiences, spiritual or otherwise, with, if you want to expand your interest into knowing more about the divination arts or spiritual subjects or galactic explorations or channeling, anything in that realm that governs how we tune in energetically to frequencies and to people. After all, we are all vibration and we feel each other. And reading that energy is what you're able to do a lot more. Now, when you focus on your true gifts, the ones that light you up, that you can do and forget that time exists, right? And you forget to eat. Those are your true gifts, right? And you make those true gifts real, then your life is going to flow with ease and abundance follows. So expand your understanding of other realms, other dimensions, other cultures, right? See your place in the universe in connection with all those other light bodies, because we're all in here to support each other and to bring something very unique and special to the equation. And this understanding that you have a role to play, a specific, powerful role, helps you to make your dreams come through, because then you'll have the security, the patience, the open-mindedness to do the hard work, which is Saturn, right? So the thing you most want to look out for is to measure your level of focus every day. Guard against spreading yourself too thin by doing too many things at once. Keep in mind, the most successful and happy, fulfilled people are super focused. Saturn sextile Neptune helps you to have a very clear picture of what you want to create, and the discipline and courage to say no to everything that would slow you down or distract you from your divine mission, from your goals, from what makes you feel fulfilled. So if it's not mission critical, it's dissolved, it's stripped away. That's you doing that, right? So Saturn thrives on having those boundaries, setting those boundaries to protect your precious time and your precious gifts. And Neptune helps you see the big dream, the big vision, the mission-inspired vision. So now I'm going to give you tips and takeaways, as always, and these are specifically for the next 6 months, how to put this incredible total new moon solar eclipse in Cancer energy to good use in your personal and professional life. So the first thing is to simplify. Don't be too many things to too many people. Serving too many masters or goals at one time takes you off track and dissipates your resolve, and it dissipates you energetically. Say this to yourself to strengthen your inner resolve and inner foundation. I am experiencing a feeling of increased security and joy. Call your loved ones, kiss your partner, lavish love and hugs on your children, on the people you care for. This is really going to be super important due to the Cancer nurturing energy. Maintain your own identity while in the company of especially your family. This is super important, those boundaries and not being sucked into family drama. Listen to and honor your gut instincts. Handle your finances in a way that creates a stable base that you can count on. Cancer needs that security, so focus on your finances to create that stability. Be aware of early childhood conditioning, early childhood experiences, so you are freed from patterns, from hurts, from those moments that you need to heal. Because if you're not aware of that conditioning that is impacting your relationships and your decisions now, it can sabotage your choices. Put positive, caring energy into the beginning of any relationship. So Cancer, like I said, it is very much governs the beginning, and the solar new moon eclipse is beginning. So the beginning moments of any relationship, any project, any conversation you have, any goal needs to be infused with positive, optimistic, caring, nurturing energy right at the get-go. Now, you're being stimulated in a highly positive way right now. There will never be a better time than now to live your dreams, right? If not today, then when? That is the ultimate question. If not today, then when? So as you can see, this is a really special time, halfway through 2019, defining our next 6 months and beyond because of the other events that are tied into Cancer Capricorn, as I said, continuing through 2020. So take this solar eclipse really to heart. And again, if you're excited to explore your own soul code, how your heart sings, then be sure to watch the free class, Discover Your Divine Blueprint, at starcodeclass.com. Now, I wish you all the best. I love sharing these star codes with you, and I want you to have an amazing week before our next episode and an amazing 6 months filled with love, caring, hugs, lots of smiles. And I look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye-bye for now. Lots of love.